Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the YouTube channel where we're going to bring you yet another first. Sit tight, you're not going to want to miss it. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Motor Madness here on the B-Main Bandits YouTube channel, coming to you this time from the Freedom Hall in Louisville, Kentucky, throwing it back to the 1990s, bringing you 6 of the best outlaw monster trucks in head-to-head drag racing competition, as well as our tough truck division. Bringing back the Battle of the Brands, 6 trucks in competition tonight. 2 of each of the big 3 represented here tonight. You have the Fords, the Dodges, and the Chevrolets. Let's meet your lineup of trucks. First up, you got Todd Frolick behind the wheel of the Rampage, representing the big Hemi horsepower. First of our bow ties represented tonight, Paul Schaefer out of Portage, Indiana with the Monster Patrol. Colt Cobra brings out the Snakebite Ford out of Cobra Creek, Colorado. Mr. Consistency, Gary Porter's in the house with the Carolina Crusher. Dan Runte behind the wheel of the Power Wheels Bigfoot, always one to watch. And they're all chasing the big horsepower of Fred Schaefer out of Pontoon Beach, Illinois in Barefoot. Getting right into our round 1 racing action, Battle of the Schaefers. Fred Schaefer in Barefoot, representing the Dodge camp here on the near side. And over on the far side, Paul Schaefer out of Portage, Indiana. One of the last of the holdouts for the more conventional monster truck, front engine, left-hand steer. Chevrolet power under the hood of this one. You see the drag race course here? Short drag race just to the center of the floor. From opposite ends of the floor, watch the green light up in the upper left-hand corner. Fred Schaefer nails the light, and that's all it's going to take to put Monster Patrol away. Fred puts the Monster Patrol away here in round 1. We'll take a look at both trucks on the isolated view. Absolutely nothing wrong with Paul Schaefer's pass. It's just hard to compete with that big Dodge horsepower over on the other side. Now Fred Schaefer utilizing that drag race style Lenco transmission. It looks like he's leaving in second gear to keep the tires underneath him and keep the front end down, and it works for him here in round number 1. Here we go with our second pair here in the first round of racing. Dan Runte represents the Bigfoot camp out of St. Louis, Missouri. The Power Wheels livery on the truck this weekend. Over on the other side, Mr. Consistency, Gary Porter, driver out of Wadesboro, North Carolina. The second of our bow ties here in competition tonight. Both trucks are staged up. Watch the light on the left-hand side. Porter gets left on the line. Dan Runte going to get the win here in round 1 of racing. Take a look at Runte's truck on the isolated view. Wheels up, just barely dances over the top of the car, so just about doesn't get it stopped at the other end. Gary Porter, a strong pass just late on the reaction time, hands the win over to Dan Runte. Now with this unique 6-truck format, it is possible to have a fast loser. So far, Porter's in the spot. Let's see how it works out for him. And here we go with our third and final pair. First round of monster truck racing action. Todd Frolick going to bring out the Rampage Dodge out of Pontoon Beach, Illinois. He's going to go head-to-head with Colt Cobra out of Cobra Creek, Colorado. The Ford Snakebite was built solely to get a piece of Bigfoot, but if he wants Bigfoot, he's going to have to get through this Dodge here in round 1. Both trucks are staged. Watch for the green light. Both trucks, big wheel stands all the way across the cars. Both trucks in trouble in the shutdown area at the end of the floor. It's like a broken rear cantilever. Major component of the rear suspension on the snake bike truck. Still waiting on official word for who the winner is. We'll take a look at Todd Frolick on the isolated view. Pokes it off the back tires. Just barely gets it stopped before getting into the wall. A little bit of body damage. Colt Cobra on the other side. A lot more air. Rides the front wheels right up to the wall. Comes to a stop without getting into the wall. And in a photo finish, the official word has come down. Colt Cobra is your winner of this pair. Here we go into our semi-final round of racing. Colt Cobra able to make the repairs to the rear suspension to answer the call here with the snake bite. He always wanted a piece of Bigfoot when he built this truck, and now he's going to have it on the other side. His arch rival, Dan Runte, behind the wheel of Power Wheels Bigfoot out of St. Louis, Missouri. Looked really strong in round number 1. See if Colt Cobra and Snakebite has anything for him here in the semifinals. Two Fords duking it out for a spot in the final. Snakebite bogs the motor down on a short shift. Gonna hand the win over to Dan Runte. Cobra definitely a little gun shy after that last round. Still gets it up on the back tires and has trouble getting it stopped in the shutdown area. But over on the other side, Dan Runte and Bigfoot, smooth and steady. Front wheels up over the first set of cars. Gets her boat up at the top end, and he is going to the final. But against who? Gary Porter, the Carolina Crusher out of Wadesboro, North Carolina. He's coming back as the fast loser from round number 1. And his reward for that? He gets to take on the big Dodge of Fred Schaefer, the Barefoot, out of Pontoon Beach, Illinois. Hemi horsepower, Lenco transmission, and it's working good here inside the Freedom Hall. Both trucks rolling into stage. Watch the light. Both drivers on the light, and I don't know how to call that one. Fred Schaefer in trouble in the shutdown area on the far side. Schaefer stands on the brakes and about flips it over frontwards. Gets it wound up before the concrete wall. Gary Porter on the other side. Smooth and steady brings it to a stop, and the official word is in. Gary Porter brings home the win in a photo finish. He meets Bigfoot in the finals. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Motor Madness as we're getting started with our tough truck competition here at the Freedom Hall in Louisville, Kentucky. Got what looks like a military-issued Blazer. Going to kick us off. No driver info for these competitors, unfortunately, so you just have to watch and enjoy along with the rest of us. Coming around to the final jump. Definitely not scared to get some air off of it. Time for the Blazer, 27.86 seconds. We'll see how it holds up against the rest of the field. Oh man, does this guy's wife know where her van is? As I could probably guess, she wouldn't be thrilled. See how the long wheelbase and four-wheel drive works for this guy. Already looks rough and painful. Over the first set of rollers, just about high sides it in the first corner. Just like the guy in the blazer, not scared of any of the obstacles here on this tough truck course. Through the rollers once again, just about turns it over one more time. Wide open to the big ramp. Oh man, what a hit. 26.47 for the time being. It's going to put him in the number 1 spot. Hopefully this man wins so he can visit the chiropractor. Yeah, there's always one of these guys. Tough truck competition. You can always bet there's going to be the clapped out Civic that makes the try. See how front wheel drive and no ground clearance works for him. Trying to figure out which ride is more painful, this one or the van. Carrying a fair amount of ground speed. When the equipment and yourself are expendable, this can be a whole lot of fun as he rounds and heads for home. Up and over the final jump, lands pretty hard on the nose. Steam starting to pour out of the radiator. 26.53, just shy of the van's time. Looks like we got a Jeep Wrangler here. Nice, quiet, stock muffler. Not even sure what's under the hood of this one. Four-wheel drive, lightweight, very short wheelbase. Sounds like 4-cylinder power plant under the hood. Really moving to the finish line. Really sails it off that final jump. Timer stops when you come to a complete stop. And time for the Jeep, 24.92. That's a new leader right there. Next up, full-size pickup truck. Single cab, step side, 4-wheel drive on some all-terrains. Owner calls it the Dreamsicle. Makes quick work of the rollers. Really lugs it down there coming off the final turn. Great head of steam to the finish. And timer says 24 seconds flat, new leader with only one competitor remaining. Another full-size pickup truck, single cab, long bed, 4-wheel drive on some big old boggers. Know nothing about it other than the owner says it's rowdy. Sure sounds rowdy. And the rear suspension definitely does not like him. Maybe he can ride in the van with the other guy to the chiropractor here. A lot of time trying to get it gathered up. Clock stop says 26.76. That's going to put him down towards the bottom of the leaderboard. And the Dreamsicle is going to win tonight's tough truck competition here at the Freedom Hall. Next up will be the Monster Truck Final. Sit down, strap in, and hold on tight as we take you on a 3-wide virtual thrill ride. All right, folks, it is final round time for tonight's Monster Truck Racing. Bigfoot over on the far side. Round 1 defeated the Carolina Crusher, and second round defeated the Ford Snakebite. However, his opponent on the other side looking for redemption after the first round loss to the Bigfoot on a hole shot. Took out Fred Schaefer in the Barefoot last round to prove a point. Wants to beat both the feet and be your winner tonight here in Louisville. Trucks are coming into stage. Keep your eye on the light on the upper left-hand corner. Both drivers leave together. Going to be another photo finish. Gary Porter in trouble in the shutdown area on the other side. Take a look at Dan Runte and Bigfoot. Super consistent, right into your living room, but get a load of this one here. Porter been consistent all night. Pulled out all the stops, gave it everything he had. Up and over, and just about takes out our cameraman. You heard the remote ignition interrupter working there at the end as the truck went over. As the track crew works to get Gary Porter's truck off the wall, race officials have made the official decision. Your winner is Gary Porter in the Carolina Crusher. Now both your winner and runner-up. A little bit of a freestyle exhibition for the fans here in Louisville. Great sky wheelie from Dan Runte and the Power Wheels Bigfoot. Porter's truck a little worse for wear. Still wants to entertain the crowd even further. Sets the truck in some of his patented donuts here in the middle of the floor of the Freedom Hall. And upside down one more time for the great fans here in Louisville. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in to Motor Madness here on the BeamNG Bandits YouTube channel. If you like what you saw, be sure to leave a like and subscribe, and we'll do another one here in the future. Be sure to join us next week for the BeamNG Bandits Tulsa Shootout on iRacing. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Andrew Thornton, and thank you for watching Motor Madness.